It's odd how you put something out in the universe and how people respond to it. And there's an interesting conversation that I'm having that one of my subscribers, Eyes to See, Eyes, I forget your scream name. Wish I knew your first name too. I got to get it right. Oh, damn. Because it's an interesting channel that I subscribe to. She's a really, really great, loving person who's definitely saying something that's uncomfortable. Um, and it's For Eyes to See. And she's got an interesting channel if anybody wants to go and take a peek at her. Anyways, she's, I guess, having a bad day. Hell is how she described it, and it's like hell will come across as a problem. And a problem is only a lack of information, and a problem, if you get stuck in the emotion of it, you'll get angry, frustrated, and negative energy, and all of this because you're asking for an answer to something, so you have to experience the problem because the problem is the motivation for you to gain the information that you're searching for. So the analogy started coming up, well, it's just like, giving birth to something then. And it's like, yeah. So let's kind of look at what's a mother like when she's about to give birth. Is there not a lot of chaos? Has she been known to scream and swear and curse and, punch people around and, hate the man she loves? And, like, what's the behavior when a mother is giving birth to a child? Sometimes it's not that pleasant. And that's sort of what's going on in, our global experience. We're giving birth to something. And, what do you give birth to? The solution. And like the more problems escalate, the more we're motivated to find the solutions to it. So the more it's just a gathering of information we're giving birth to something. And what is it we're trying to do? What's the solution look like? And ultimately, when you're giving birth to a love. You love this baby. And right away, as soon as that baby is born, it's like poof, all the cursing and swearing stops, and nobody even remembers all the bad shit, and you're so focused on this newborn baby, this love. Everybody loves each other, and everybody's like, oh, isn't it just amazing? And that's what's going to happen, is we're going to give birth to this love, this peace, this world peace that everybody wants. Well, in order to get that, you need to gain some information, and the only motivation you're going to have to gain the information to create everything that's wrong is by having everything that you've ever done that's wrong come up against you and say, here's the problem. How do you know it's a problem? Because you know it's right. You can only judge something to be wrong because you know what is right. So instead of saying that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, you should be saying this is what's right. This is what we need to be doing. This is, like, that's paving the way to everything that's right, is by putting a suggestion, by putting a prophecy, by, making that cake, is by, you got to describe what path you do want to go on because you have defined the problem enough. So it was a really good analogy. I thought I'd just spread that out, that this transformation that humanity is about to make is like giving birth. And we're all in that stage of chaos, and we're all in that stage of cursing and swearing and hating each other, and some of us will throw a few punches, and some of them will pick up a gun and shoot each other. Some of them will even throw around a few chairs. But everybody in the room that is supporting the mother that is giving birth to something are going to be the people that can take the punches, that can take the cursing and the swearing and know that it's just giving birth and you're there to support. and just be loving and hold their hands as they're angry and frustrated with whatever they need to be angry and frustrated with, because they're trying to gain information. And they're bumping up against you to get that information. So be the peace so they can see the information that they're looking for. Give them the answer that they want to hear. Don't fight, because that'll get stuck in the pain of it all. Find ways of showing love. The best thing that you can possibly do right now is find something that you absolutely love, love, love doing, and then give it away. And then you'll have more of an experience of everything that you love, because you're busy putting some work, energy, effort out there doing what you love and giving it away. And trust in the universe, it will come back at you. You will get your paycheck. You know, just don't look for the paycheck. Just look for as much love as you possibly can send out there. So figure out, what is it you love? I love sharing information. I have taken vow of poverty. When you know this stuff, you can manipulate anybody to do anything. And it's been a choice of, do I write a book, or do I, you know, there's so many ways. Even this water concept would be like, I could be the richest person on the friggin' planet and dominate the whole entire water industry if I so choose, just because I know how to manipulate. You know, I've got the skills. I know exactly how the game is played, so I could go up to anybody and get whatever level of money and investment I possibly want if I put the carrot in front of them that says, hey, invest in this and you can make this much money. As long as I doctor the books to make it look like they think that they're making money, when in the end anybody that invests in it will make nothing, and I can earn all of it myself and have the lawyers to just crush anybody that ever invested in this concept. Trust me, I know how to play the game. The game was played on me, so I know how to be evil, and I know how to do all of that stuff, but I choose not to, because it's not a good thing. Instead, I love spreading information, and I'm doing as much of it free. So I am selfish, because at the end of the day, I know it's going to create what it is I want. And I know one day it's going to come back at me. And although I'm saying wild stuff and it goes against what everybody believes in, I don't see too much negative shit going on. There's no negative comments. Like you can't see a negative comment. You can see people that are lost and angry, but I just can't even see them lost and angry at me. I can't even get caught up in their arguments, because it's like, okay, you want to fight. You're angry about something. I know it's not me. I know you're misinterpreting every word I say. So can I hold that against you for misinterpreting everything I say? You know, like, I just can't see myself getting attached to anybody's anger, and it just doesn't show up. It may start, but as soon as you end up saying, I'm really sorry you're so angry, and I'm really sorry you misunderstand, and I send you love, and when you come back, or when you're ready to have a peaceful conversation and talk logically, poof, they magically go away. You know, they'll find somebody else to argue with, and somebody else will be in the arguing mood, and they will be at combat with each other. But if you don't have that fight in you, they just walk away, because they're looking for the fight, not the conversation. Because if they were interested in the conversation, then we can share information and they could probably comprehend where I'm coming from. But people that are in arguments right now have zero interest in gaining information. They're trying to, but while angry, you shut off your ability to receive information. You're like an antenna. You broadcast and you receive. And while angry, you stop receiving. So it's kind of pointless even having that conversation with somebody showing or displaying signs of anger. So that's a good sign to just say, hey, I love you, I understand you misunderstand, and I know you could probably get 100 of your buddies to agree on the wrong thing, but we kind of prove that just because, 1 billion people on the planet think they got it right doesn't mean they got it right. You get to a stage where you know yourself, and you know what truth is, and nobody can touch that. You don't doubt it. It's just an all-knowing. And once you have an all-knowing, it's really, really hard to get caught up in an argument, although my emotions have on occasion affected me, and I respond. And I know I watch myself do it as the example of, hey, this is what we're all doing. We should sort of like, see, I'm human too. I do this too. Let me explain why I'm doing this and how I do it. Like, I'm trying to display the same actions that all of us go through, and then analyze or share how I analyze myself. That helps me get myself back on my own track. Because it's really easy to say, hey, this is what you got to do. It's much easier to see somebody doing what you're doing and then walking you through the process of, here, this is how I've done it to solve that. And this is where I see that I've gone wrong. And so that's why I'm kind of, and at the end of the day, I don't do this for anybody else. At the end of the day, I don't hold any weight on my shoulder that I'm responsible for anybody else on the planet. That would, lead me to the, I got to teach everybody about Jesus and get everybody to believe the same thing I believe, or else we're all going to hell. Like, how good did that work for anybody? So you can't come at any of this with the need to try and tell people what to do. They got to figure it out for themselves. So I do this as a diary that I look at my own self. And if I have my own bad day, then I got to look at my own words and see if I'm eating my own words. Do I really mean what I say? Am I actually following through on what it is I believe in, or am I just full of crap? So that's more of my purpose, is to look at my own personal self through everything that I do. Although it may appear that I'm wishing for an audience, it would be nice, but I'm not tied to that, not tied to just about anything anymore, because as soon as you get tied to something, that's when you start going down a wrong path. Be open to anything, even the possibility of being wrong. And it's almost like this knowing has set up so many rules that, if you go and follow through all of the rules, it's like, where am I wrong? It's going to have to take somebody some pretty big wisdom to point out where I'm wrong. And I'm open to that conversation. It's like, know what I know and then prove that I'm wrong, because these are the rules that I live by, and you need to prove one of my rules is wrong, and not just through theory. We live by science. I come with science and evidence, and how is it proven? Is it proven all the way down the line? Is it tested? Is it true? That's what I believe in. So if I come at you with that backing, then anybody that wants to disprove me has to come back with equal language. You have to look at what rules you are trying to prove that are wrong in what I'm saying, and you have to bring scientific proof, not just theory, not just, oh, you're lying, or not just, oh, that's a guess, or enough of this theory and philosophy and new age and whatever concepts that you want to do. I like scientific facts. Prove to me that you're right and I'm wrong, and I am definitely open and receptive to that. Otherwise, this is just a diary. It's just my opinion. Peace out.